And now joining me on WION Newsroom, Adya Juneja, who will give us all the insights of the world of business, and Athira Sasidharan, who will get us all the updates from the world of sports. And we begin by going over to Adya for the market updates.
Well, thank you, Dik. From the US Federal Reserve's big call on rates to sharp swings in equities and currencies, here are the 4 global trends shaping business and markets today. Now, the US Federal Reserve cut rates by 25 basis points. Its third cut this year, but delivered what many called a hawkish rate cut. It's also the most divided Fed meeting since 2019, with 3 dissents. Chair Jerome Powell flagged stable unemployment into 2026, but warned of cooling labor demand. He also pushed back on the narrative that AI is displacing jobs, saying layoffs remain historically low. Inflation is still above the target, and Powell blamed tariffs and not economic weakness for keeping prices elevated. But he reiterated that another rate hike is in the base case, keeping markets optimistic. Now, speaking of markets, US markets rallied on the Fed's messaging as the S&P 500 hit near record levels and the Dow jumped almost 500 points. Now, bond yields slipped as the Fed said it will start buying short-dated treasuries, easing liquidity stress. But the big jolt came from the tech world. Oracle's disappointing earnings sent AI-exposed stocks tumbling across Asia. SoftBank fell 7.5%, dragging Japan's Nikkei down 1%. The mixed picture highlights a split market. Optimism on Fed easing, but renewed anxiety over AI profitability. And that rally sell-off mix fed directly into the currency markets. The dollar fell to its lowest since late October after Powell's unexpectedly softer tone. Sterling hit a 1.5-month high and the yen strengthened ahead of a widely expected Bank of Japan move. Now, traders are pricing 2 rate cuts next year versus the Fed's own projection of just 1. Bond yields dropped further, signaling markets see a gentler policy path. Risk sentiment, though, remained shaky as Bitcoin fell below $90,000 amid thin liquidity. Now, beyond markets, the IMF is turning its focus to China's widening global footprint. The IMF flagged that China's booming exports and record $1 trillion trade surplus are being amplified by a real depreciation of the yuan, driven by ultra-low domestic inflation. It urged Beijing to deploy stronger consumption-led stimulus and allow more exchange rate flexibility, warning that relying on exports risks escalating global trade tensions. Now, despite the imbalances, the IMF upgraded growth but cautioned that China is now too big to grow on exports alone. That's a wrap from the world of business. Now, for all the sports update, it's over to you, Athira.
Thank you so much, Adya. Now let's look at the top sports stories we're tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with football first. Arsenal kept up their perfect run in the Champions League to stay top of the standings. The Gunners defeated Belgium club Brugge 3-0. Noni Madueke scored in either side of the first and the second half. Gabriel Martinelli put the game out of reach when he scored in the 56th minute. There were also other positives for the Gunners. Gabriel Jesus made his first appearance in 342 days after an injury layoff. And Arteta also brought on 16-year-old Salmon for his first team debut. The win leaves Arsenal on 18 points, 2 more than what was required for the top 8 finish last season. Staying with football, the chief executive of the Saudi Pro League has confirmed that Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah is a target for several clubs in the league. The 33-year-old was left off for the squad for the Champions League win over Inter Milan after publicly falling out with manager Arne Slot and the club. Following Liverpool's 3-3 Premier League draw at Leeds on Saturday, Salah said he has been unfairly blamed for the team's poor form and that his relationship with Slot has broken down. Over in tennis now, Aryna Sabalenka says her controversial battle of sexes style match against Nick Kyrgios will not damage women's sport. The 4-time major champion will face 2022 Wimbledon finalist Kyrgios in an exhibition match on December 28. The event will be held in Dubai. Some people see it as an harmless entertainment between 2 high-profile players, but others believe it could belittle the women's game if Sabalenka loses.
Thank you so much, Athira and Adya, for getting us all the updates from the world of business and sports.